I'm here with Ben Doyle, aka Rubber Duck, and you've just finished a session talking about your experiences in the business. Tell us a little bit about the themes, the key themes that you were talking about.
Yeah, so Afterparty Studios, I founded with a YouTuber, so all of my work I've done over the last decade has featured talent in some way, shape or form. And so it's just a conversation really about how that completely changes the dynamic of how you approach creative, because you have to write the creative with the talent in mind. It's not a come up with the idea, drop some talent in. It has to be come up with an idea around the talent. So the conversation really was about how do we approach that, how do we write ideas, how do we make our shoots perfect for what the talent are used to receiving, and make content that sits really well on the platform and doesn't feel like coming onto a platform that we don't belong on.
Do you think sometimes traditional producers make a mistake of trying to impose ideas on the talent rather than letting the talent flow a little bit?
I think that I think that basically the model has never changed on YouTube really since day one. We're just having to grow around it. It's always been about someone having some fun and that being recorded, and it feeling too structured suffocates it, and that's always been the truth since back in the day. Like, the beauty of YouTube is that it has to be free-flowing, it has to be whatever's going on, ideas reacting to it constantly, and that's why the brain of a YouTuber is mad, because they are constantly just reacting to what's going on in front of them. And I think the job of a traditional broadcaster coming into the space is to be like, how do we make that scenario possible? How do we make it so that it's not here's an auto cue and a script, but here's the beats, here's what we're trying to hit, here's what we're trying to get across, and be yourself, because ultimately that's what the audience are buying into.
Afterparty's been around probably around 10 years, but you've had a particularly good 2 or 3 years. You've really kind of grown in stature and recognition. Tell us about what you've been doing recently as a studio to push yourselves forward.
Yeah, I think that so we've been going since 2016, and I think that it's interesting seeing the industry grow up through that time. Like, in the early days that we were going into meetings, people didn't really understand this space, and I think so we've grown with everyone, and I think that the industry has turned its attention onto the space that we're in. For us, the focus is always how do we make the best content that the audience want to watch. Like, that is the thing that goes through our mind, has always been that, is how do we make something that the platform's going to receive well, the audience is going to receive well, and keep iterating. And I think it's fine to make a mistake, go and make something and be like, oh, that episode didn't do as well as the last one. The beauty of digital is that we can go and change it. We can go and take a sudden right turn into something and be like, let's bring in some new talent, let's change the format slightly. And so I guess I've just seen the industry accept it more, and more money's come into that part of the world, and therefore better and bigger stuff is getting made, and people are more focused on it. It's not an afterthought anymore. It's not like, let's make this TV show and then make some support in whatever the social team. It's very much like, how do we make something that is serving this audience where they are and with what they want to receive, because the audience are hungry for content. Like, they're watching this stuff for hours and hours and hours, so it would be criminal to like miss the opportunity of not feeding that desire from them.
Yeah, I think one of the key themes of today's event, this kind of idea of how to make money in digital, is of people who've perhaps been working at massive TV budgets or bigger TV budgets, working out how to be cost effective and work in this world. If you had to kind of give some advice on how you still create premium content, compelling content at a different budget level and be successful, what would you say to people?
I say that if you want to make premium content but not completely miss the mark on it, is that you have to think about what the audience are looking for, which is to be entertained, and not make crazy set designs that they don't care about. They don't want to see what we see on Saturday night TV level sets, because they're like, oh, this is structured, this is fabricated. So it's playing within that. It's being like, okay, I don't need to do a crazy set design. I actually need to focus more of my money and time and effort on these certain things that are about the research up front and making sure that the episode is great, or that interview series is great, or that the entertainment value is there, and that we're understanding. You'll get so much more value out of understanding the lore around it and the memes and the culture. That's where the value is. They don't care about whether it's shot on a big shiny floor studio or crazy cinematic production. They care about, am I watching something that feels like that person that is on the screen has made it or been a part of it. And so I think when it comes to budgets, like, we've never seen those TV budgets, right? We've never been dealing in the millions. It's always the hundreds of thousands. And so it's about looking at what we've got and being like, let's not shoot for Saturday night TV, shiny floor, and completely miss it. And also we're missing the UGC side. We're kind of neither. Is that you need to find the sweet spot and then become known for it and just double down and be like, this is our style, and keep doing the same thing. I think audiences are super sensitive as well to complete changes. So if you've got a channel that 1 minute is putting out super glossy stuff and then suddenly goes like really homemade, that, and then back to glossy, that's confusing for the audience. I think you need to pick, this is the world we're in, and run with it.
Final question. So if you are able to talk about it, what are you working on right now? What's your day? What's happening for you day to day right now?
That's a great question. What can I talk about right now? Yeah, so exciting projects right now. We're in the middle of season 2 of Sky Sports Scenes, a series we do for them, and we're talking to lots of different commissioners and brands about brand entertainment stuff. Like, lots of the work is definitely going in that direction. Lots of people being like, how do we go and interpret our brand or our platform in a different way and space, and use talent to make content that's going to cut through with the audience. And so lots of the projects are kind of more in that space. There are not tons that I can talk about. Well, my PR isn't here, so I don't know. But yeah, I think, like, for me, the most exciting thing is that I'm seeing lots more appetite for, like, this type of content that the audience really want to see. I think for years I would get briefs in and be like, oh, like, no one wants that. Yeah. And then it would be like trying to turn that around. But now I'm seeing lots of briefs where I'm like, the audience do want that. That's catering into it. So I think that's the encouraging thing. I'm seeing more and more stuff that I think the audience are going to love.
Brilliant. Ben Doyle, After Party Studios, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.